Lubbock suburbs aren't just growing, they are exploding, especially with people just like you looking to make their move to Lubbock, Texas, and you're wanting to be on the outskirts of town because you want a little bit of elbow room and a little wide open spaces. So today in this video, I'm gonna be talking about 5 suburbs that you need to know about before moving to Lubbock, Texas, if you are looking for wide open spaces on the outskirts of town. We're going to be talking about Wolfforth and its strong demand right now. And then moving just west of Wolfforth, we're going to be going into Ropesville, where you will see wide open spaces. Then we're gonna cover Shallowater, Idalou, New Home, and we're gonna talk about which areas are expanding the fastest, which areas you might wanna get in before there's just not a lot left for opportunity, and then where prices are. What price ranges are we talking about for raw vacant land and also existing homes in these suburbs around Lubbock? And we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, I'm Sam Riddle, a Lubbock local realtor, and I help people just like you look and find the perfect neighborhood for you and your family. And today in this video, I'm going to be giving you that perspective if you're looking for a suburb feel area. So let's kick things off by starting with the most desirable area right now around Lubbock, and that is Wolfforth. And so the town of Wolfforth is in reality a really small town. It's not very big at all. However, this is where Lubbock is growing into and pushing further into Wolfforth. And so you have neighborhoods like Preston Manor, which is on the cusp of Lubbock and Wolfforth, literally just west of Alco and north of 66. It's this pocket of Wolfforth, or Preston Manor. We have little pockets within Preston Manor like Iron Horse and Preston Estates. You have a lot of smaller neighborhoods in this area. However, that's only, it's a little subdivision, guys. It's not very big. People love it. People want to be there. It's one of the hottest subdivisions right now if you're looking for convenience and you're looking for that family-friendly amenities and you're wanting to be in French ISD. The reason people love this Preston Manor area is because of the amenities that Preston Manor Club has to offer. If you want the pool, the clubhouse, fitness center, the ponds, the parks, this will be it. However, there are also neighborhoods like Iron Horse, like I just mentioned, that are also building brand new construction right now for under $400,000, up to around $450,000. So those are awesome opportunities. And then these neighborhoods technically are not in Wolfforth, but they're just diagonal of Preston Manor. And you have areas like Verrado and Llano Estates and Escondido Crossing, where they're all in the exact same area. And these are phenomenal areas. It's just like that line of that cutoff between Lubbock and Wolfforth, right? And so those are awesome areas that they're continuing to build, but there's only so much around that they can build. And then moving west and southwest, you're gonna have neighborhoods like The Harvest, which is gonna be amazing move-in ready homes, 200,000 to 300,000, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. Literally, it's so hard to beat. People love it. And then Overlook West, which is also right across from The Harvest, 2-story homes, 250,000 to 350,000. Again, hard to beat in the Wolfforth area. That is why people love it. So let's move a little bit west of Wolfforth and let's go into the city of Ropesville. So Ropesville is one of those cities that I don't know if a lot of people know about because it's not one of the 4 major ones around the pockets of Lubbock. However, Ropesville is growing like crazy, guys. This is going to be the new Wolfforth in the next 10 years. This is where Lubbock is expanding. This is where you see the land. This is where you get into more of that land, right? So if you're wanting acreage, if you're wanting to buy raw land, if you're wanting to be in just these smaller, quaint little subdivisions of land on 5 to 10 acres, 1 to 10 acres, I should say, Ropesville is going to be it. There are neighborhoods like Quail Ridge, which sits just on the cusp of Wolfforth and Ropesville. And so that's why people love Quail Ridge. You find 2.5 acre to 3 acre lots under $85,000, which is awesome. That's just raw land, but then you can go and build your dream home on it with minimum deed restrictions. And then you have neighborhoods like Dalton Estates and QB Estates, where you're able to find brand new custom built homes or homes that have really honestly only been lived in for a few years that were custom built by some awesome builders out of Lubbock that are under $700,000. And again, that's hard to find. These are all going to be on some acreage, on some land. So if you want to either build your own custom home or you want to buy an existing custom home with a little bit of land, this is where you need to check out. You have elbow room. You are not very far from Lubbock. It is or even Wolfforth, so, you know, in that fact. So that's why people love Ropesville. It's just very peaceful. It's very quiet. Another reason why people love Ropesville is the school district. Ropesville School District is so highly sought after. They cut off transfers. You're not able to go into the Ropesville School District if you do not have a Ropesville ISD address. So people are wanting to move to these areas, wanting to buy land, build their homes or whatever you choose to do. And there are also some opportunities to buy vacant land, to build a tiny house if you want to, with little deed restrictions. But if horses and wide open spaces is right up your alley and you're gonna be about 15 to 20 minutes from Lubbock, that's where you need to check out if that's something you're vibing with. Now say you want to be North Lubbock because you're going to be commuting to Amarillo or to the northern cities of Texas. Well, let's look in Shallowater. So Shallowater is another rapidly growing area of town, and it's definitely due to the affordability of land and also the quick access and convenience to Lubbock. So Shallowater, you can find tracts, 1 acre to 20 acre tracts currently on the market that are around $25,000 all the way up to $150,000. And some 20 acre tracts at the $150,000 price point. So if you are wanting a lot of land with little to no deed restrictions, minimum deed restrictions, in an area of town that's very quick in access to Lubbock, and then also too, you're not necessarily going to be finding a lot of neighborhoods being built in Shallowater, but you're going to be finding a lot of 1 to 10 acre tracts of homes being built on those tracts that are available, right? You have neighborhoods like Legacy Ranch, which is going to be closest into Lubbock and Shallowater, kind of at that, northwestern area of Lubbock. And so it's still technically Shallowater. You're going to have, $5 to $1 million price range in that neighborhood. You're going to also have starter home family neighborhoods that are going to be in the $200,000 to $300,000 price point. And then you're going to have some of the older neighborhoods in Shallowater that are right over the railroad tracks that are going to be a little bit older, more mature landscaping. But a lot of the times people are moving there is to be closer to North Lubbock, closer to Amarillo, but also to close to Lubbock, but still a little bit farther away, and get that land. You get that wide open space, you get to breathe, and you're not breaking the bank by doing it. So Shallowater is growing fast. Also another school where the transfer to go into the school district has been cut off. There's no more out of district transfers into Shallowater. So you have to have a Shallowater address. So Shallowater, amazing. North Lubbock, fantastic opportunities. All of these I'm going to mention today, they're all so great in their own area. And I kind of feel like a broken record sometimes because I'm like, people love it. And they all love them for different reasons, And so love the Shallowater area if you're needing to be north of Lubbock and looking for space that's relatively affordable. I also wanted to say that Shallowater, just like any other towns around Lubbock, there's only going to be so many available lots, right? Legacy Ranch, they're supposed to be starting on phase 2 over there. There's not a ton of smaller tracts available. So maybe you want land, but 10 acres just sounds like crazy to you. Even 5 acres might sound crazy to you. So maybe that 1 acre tract is what you're looking for. So we'll say, in the Shallowater area, there's only so many 1 acre tracts left, right? So if you are wanting to get into the Shallowater area or to some of the other ones I'm going to mention here in a second, get in now while it's relatively affordable, and also too, you don't have to build a house right away. You can sit on the land, hold it, and wait for something to happen. That's what people do in Ropesville as well too. Want to be in that subdivision, but don't want to waste an opportunity to purchase land. So there's another area east of town where a lot of people have loved in previous years. It was one of the first areas to really grab attention when people were starting to move out of the suburbs of Lubbock, and that is the area of Idalou. So Idalou is a special little niche east of town where, Lubbock isn't necessarily growing east, but Idalou is, right? And so it's funny because you're not gonna have, tons of new construction leading out to Idalou, but you are gonna have a lot of newer construction in the Idalou area. And if you're looking for maybe you don't want a neighborhood, but you wanna have neighbors, 5 acres away, well, that's gonna be your Idalou. So Idalou is going to have just little homes just spread out, just kind of everywhere, similar to kind of Shallowater, and then it's very quiet. You can get lots between like 10 to 12 acres right now for under $150,000. So That's a lot of space. If space is what you're looking for and you're wanting, that's where a lot of the land right now is very limited. A lot of people ate up a lot of that land, a lot of those tracts a few years ago, and now they're starting to sell some of them, but also too, there's just not very many options, right? But if you're looking for a lot of space for 150,000, under 150,000 for, 12 to 13 acres, it's pretty awesome. There's also this one builder that I have to talk about in Idalou and in Shallowater, actually. They're building homes under 500,000, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 to 3 baths with an office on 10 acres for like $475,000. That is awesome. Brand new house. And these really aren't that cheap looking. I mean, they look great. They have great finishes, 10 acres for $475,000 with a brand new, beautiful built house with an office, a dedicated office. That's not counting the 3 to 4 bedrooms, right? So that is huge. Love that for Shallowater and Idalou. That's people like it. And then also too, I think, building a shop, building a barn, having horses, a lot of people like that idea, and you can definitely do that over in the Idalou area. Now we're going to talk about one of the original sought-after suburbs of Lubbock, similar to Idalou, and that's going to be New Home. So New Home is its own little niche. People love New Home. Oh, you live in New Home? Oh, you live in New Home? It's like a little pocket for people who want to seem like they're living the country life, but honestly be like 5 minutes to town. Because if you have been watching and following along, you know that Lubbock is growing south and southwest. So New Home and Lubbock is slowly creeping up on New Home, similar to Wolfforth, like we had been talked about in the beginning, and then slowly kind of going that way to Ropesville. Well, now it's doing the same thing to New Home as well. And so there's this neighborhood called the Palms. It was all the rage. People love the Palms. Well, you can't buy any more lots there unless it's a resale. It completely sold out. And you can buy a new home there too, or you can buy an existing home, between 400 to 800,000, beautiful 1 acre lots, great opportunity. Then you have newer neighborhoods like Deuce of Hearts, Cotton Creek, New Home Estates, Legacy Park, and the Meadows. They're going to be around 1 to 3 acre tracts. And you're going to be looking at lots starting around 55 to 150,000 for those 3 acre tracts. They're going to be a lot more expensive than what I had mentioned about Ropesville or Shallowater or even Idalou, right? So you can get 13 acres for 150,000 versus 3 acres over a New Home. It's the primo spot. People love to be in New Home. The location is phenomenal to Lubbock. You are so convenient to Lubbock. And you can also find homes in these newer neighborhoods that are around 700,000 to 800,000. They're brand new construction homes, or if you just want to sit on it, which a lot of people do, because they understand the value of where these neighborhoods are going in the future. So whatever you're thinking of, New Home is an awesome option for you. If you want to feel like you're in the country, but genuinely you're like less than 10 minutes away to a hospital. You're not far from the hospital. You're not far from restaurants. You're so close to Slide, where all of the newer restaurants are. So it's the convenience factor plus the feel of being in the country. It's really hard to beat, if that's what you're looking for. Again, you can find, here and there like 10 to 13 acre tracts, but really ideally these newer neighborhoods are popping up with 1 to 3 acre tracts. So if you're thinking about getting into one of these suburbs around town and you are loving the idea of being on an acre or maybe 10 acres, or you want to go crazy and you want to be on 15 acres, well, let's chat today. I hope people just like you find their house here in Lubbock and find what area suits best for them. I'd love the opportunity to help you and your family make that smooth transition into Lubbock. And let's get into some of these neighborhoods. If you're thinking this is too good to be true, let's get in now before prices increase or the land runs out, because God has only made so much. And until next time, we'll see you around.